Alright, it's been about a month since I did an update and I changed some things up, so let's update. Um, the Arcuata, I just keep trimming down here in the front corner. I moved all the Reinekis from the left side into the right corner, and I moved the Flamingos from both sides to only the left side. And I've got a patch of Crypt Albida Costadas right here. They haven't fully converted yet. You can see the taller crypts here. They're kind of reddish. Those guys are Crypt Albida Costadas. I've got a couple of Altananthera ossipus right here. They're hard to see because I don't have a lot of space in here for plants, but they're right here. They're pink. The big purple and green grass looking giant Sagittaria, that is Sagittaria platyphylla, and I collect those locally. So the ones I collect are purple, and it's hard for me to get them purple, but I do finally have one purple leaf on one of mine. The rest are green, you can see. My locally collected Ludwigias that I found, I don't know what they are. They're right here. They're like more of a slender leaf, and they're pink. They get a little bit crinkly. I've also got a patch of them right here. Also hard to see on the camera. When you're looking at the tank, you can see them pretty well, and they're real pretty, but on camera they look bad. I put a patch of Rotalas right here. Rotala orange juice. I had a few left over, immersed, and I converted them. So I've got them growing in right here. They're gonna be a bush in the back. There's still a patch of pearlweed back there. But since I took that giant bolbitis out the back, it let me add a lot of plants in. The tank looks weird because you see the background looks blue. Because you can see the lights, I got a blue bulb. So you can barely see it with the camera, but I got a pink, purple, blue, and the orange. I took out one pink and put the blue. And I tried different combinations, but the blue actually looks kind of white. But then mixed with the purple and pink, it looks, bluish. So here is with the orange and blue only. And of course, we still have the pink and purple from before. But it looks a little less natural with the blue, but I like the colors. It looks slightly more like a SB Reef because it looks more blue. But that's cool. So in here, one of my crypts that I converted. Let's see, which one is it? Well, hard to see back there. You see these look like they're all flamingos, but there's one right here. Right. Let's see. This leaf here. That pink leaf, that is a Crypt Tropica hybrid. And here's another one right here and another one here. And it seems to me like when they convert, they look like flamingos, kind of like, they look a little bit like a nuri, but they look like flamingos. So my Buse patches are still doing good. I locally collected another plant again. I'm gonna try these guys again. You can see it with the little purple looking leaves. Every time I try those, they don't do very well in here, but maybe with this good flow and CO2 in here, maybe I can grow them. They're also not planted in the ground, they're just kind of floated. So as you can see, the background's going to be all stems. It hasn't grown in yet. And the front looks more filled in because I stuck a couple plugs of moss here and there. So they're filling things out a little bit. I got some little pack of alder cones made by Sarah. And I dropped a bunch of those in there. I'm going to get another pack of those. I like them. They tinted the water kind of yellow a little bit for a few days, but my Purigen cleared that right up. I still got these leaves in here that I collected, and they're still in here. But that's about it. I mean, it's doing good. the background, some of these stems in the background had really filled in a lot, but I trimmed them down. So you see how these are kind of hard to see with the water flowing, but you see how these Ludwigias look not really like, they're not grandulosas, they're not arcuatas, but they're kind of like grandulosa and arcuata, sort of mixed, sort of. It's a different species or something. The orange ones in the back there, that's the same plant. And the other little orange one way back there, that's all the same plant. So I like the way they look. They got pointy leaves. They turn, for me, they stay like an orangey pink. But then again, it has to do with the way my water parameters are, because you can see my rotalas are a pinkish orange. Some people's rotalas stay too green. Some of them turn blood red. I'm always kind of in between. Like you can see here with the this one Rotala Kramer that I had immersed. Hard to see on camera again, but it's pretty pink. Just that one stem back there. And that's about it. The flamingos have done pretty good. They've grown in pretty good. With this new light on the camera, the flamingos look weird, but this looks more like the real color. But when I look at it from the front, the light obscures the colors a lot. And back here, this crypt Rosen Maiden here, you can see, it's throwing off a lot of babies. So I got at least like 4 of those in here, maybe 5. But it makes baby plants a lot. So right here, between the moss and buse, you can see that's a baby one. And then that green crypt back here, this bright green one, that's an auriculata. Like, I don't know if they're rare or not, but most people don't have them. But I've got 2 of those now. This little tiny crypt in here that looks blurry from here, but right down in there, that tiny one, almost the size of a parva, that I think is a silver queen that I had forever that never wanted to convert. And then had a lot of trouble trying to get this one to grow, but if we can see it here, down here, this tiny little, right here, that little green leaf right there, it's, I don't know if I can get my finger to even point, but down there, that is a crypt aura, a crypt aura, pink variegated, but it just really doesn't want to grow. I'll try to point at it. This little one here, it's hard to see on camera because it's hard to get an angle, and my camera looks blurry at angles. This is another Rosen Maiden baby that grew from this one right here. And what is that? And this little baby one here. But yeah, this plant that I'm touching here is the Crypt Tropica hybrid, and it kind of looks a lot like the flamingos. So that's about the update here. Everything's doing good in this tank. It still looks kind of funny. Like when I made this scape, it looks a little bit weird, but trying to get it from the front, trying to lean over the kitchen table here, but it looks kind of flat from here, but it's actually pretty tall. Still trying to get an angle. But yeah, that's about it. It's still doing really good. I've still got the under gravel filtration, and with barely any flow, because this side is capped, and with the other side, as you can see, most of the flow comes from the top and a little bit from the bottom slots, and then it slightly pulls from the under gravel. But that's about it. Everything's doing great. really good conditions here. Not much really to speak of here. It does look funny because I always put, like, when I collect new plants, I'll put a patch of them here or there, and then they'll look weird out of place. And this one looks out of place because it's kind of a big triangle here, and then that's right there. But I mean, I like those Sagittaria platyphylas. Like, I like collecting them, even though they don't really go with anything. But that's my update. Everything in here is good, and the fish are still good. Everybody's cool in there. Still collecting local stuff and throwing it in there to see what grows and what doesn't. And that's about it. The new Ludwigia, real pretty. Here's another one. And you can see this little rotala that I found that I had immersed. It had like one leaf on it. Look, it's grown into two more, but I got some in the back too. So that's about it. Good update.